So, we in that new year, new me season.
Yes.
But a lot of us still have some of the same goals from 2023. And a lot of y'all, and I know for sure because y'all came up to me and asked,
You
a
did.
lot of y'all wanted to start a podcast.
Yes.
I got good news for you, player. Spotify for podcasts is here for every need you have.
We've been using Spotify for podcasters since we started our podcast. It's so easy. You literally record, edit, and upload all from your phone, your computer. So no matter what your setup looks like, you can start now.
Yes, get your conversations, your opinion, your views out to the world. People need to hear you.
You can distribute your podcast to Spotify and anywhere else that podcasts are heard.
With Spotify for podcasters, you can earn money in a multitude of ways. Ads or podcast subscriptions. I mean, it's an easy way to get your visions out to the world and earn some extra pocket change.
Yeah, my favorite thing about all of this is free 99.
Yes. They don't charge you a dime. So you really got nothing holding you back. Today, not tomorrow, today. Let's be heard. Spotify for podcasters.
Let's be seen. Welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy Host podcast.
Where we talk about conscious living, self-awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim.
Thank you for joining us and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
How you feeling today?
I think I'm good. I planned, well, I didn't actually plan. I wrote the numbers down in my calendar. You know how calendars can come blank?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the numbers down and all the way up until December, and I'm excited to go to the coffee shop after this and kind of just plan it all out. So planning puts me in like a high vibrational mood. So I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sleep been good since I came back from Dallas.
How was Dallas?
Dallas was good. It was good to me. It was good to have time with my brothers. And I said the city was good to me. The food was good. The people was good. So Dallas was cool.
I'm so jealous you got to go to Spiral.
I did go to Spiral. If you like to eat plant based and you in that DFW area, Spiral definitely that girl to go see.
Yeah, some really good vegan comfort food.
Yeah, for sure. So it was good. Hot as fuck in Texas though.
Ridiculous. I went there,
hot.
but I hear about it.
Ridiculously hot. That shit went something different. So I don't know if I could ever move to the Big D or DFW. I don't know, but damn, it was hot as shit out there.
Crazy.
It was, but I'm feeling good today. Like I said, I'm feeling very grateful for where I am, and I'm comfortable in the decisions I have made.
I love that for you.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And how y'all been?
How are y'all?
From the cubes.
From the QBs. A lot of people are. Somebody literally DM'd me and was like, "It's so funny because you said people probably not at work," and she's like, "I'm literally at work." I'm
yeah,
like,
I told you people be at work, like, bro.
You did.
Like, yeah, ain't no job finna hold me back from getting my soul right.
You feel me?
Like, yeah. So, with that out the way, what we rapping about today?
So today is like more laid back, more casual.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a mid-year check-in, and not like a did we hit our goals mid-year check-in, more like a are you good check-in. How's your heart? How's your spirit? Did you do what you said you was gonna do? And I mean not what you told other people you was gonna do, but what you promised yourself you were gonna do. Are you keeping the promises you made to yourself?
Yeah, just checking in on your wordplay. How you been?
Exactly. So that's what's popping today.
So you want to lead us off? How has your first 6-7 months in the 2023? How have you been spiritually?
I have to say, the start of the year started off crazy, like just unexpected things happening. You know my mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you was thinking like, what is she talking about? That's
no, I wasn't confused. I was just like reflecting on it, like going back to the
So
year.
I have to say, I didn't foresee. And let me just say, when the new year comes, like we're not people who like make out these, what do they call them? New
like
Year resolutions. Like we don't do that. We haven't done that in a really long time. I just find that doesn't really serve me.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't serve me. I guess we just more so set intentions, not on necessarily tangible goals, but more so on habits and behaviors that we want to implement Anyway, these 6 to 7 months, I kind of feel like I've been slacking. I feel like I've been breaking promises to myself. I think, which we'll kind of dive into a little bit later, but I think that I've been allowing circumstances to get the best of me. I feel like really this year emotionally it's kind of been really difficult for me.
Okay. I actually thought you cried less this year than previous years.
You just didn't. You didn't. So?
I thought so.
You just don't be around me every time I cry.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that for sure. Like nobody can be around you all the time you cry. First off, we usually don't. Nobody's usually that vulnerable that they crying every time in front of their partner. But I know you got secret cries off. I do too.
You do?
Uh-huh.
I ain't know that.
I ain't know that. I ain't know that.
I ain't know that.
You sound like.
No, I don't. But yeah. On a more like positive note, though, I guess I've changed. It's so funny because like December, we were so excited about this fucking ugly ass rug that we just hey, these like shelves, these wall shelves that we put. We were so excited about that, and now we just like, bro, what were we thinking? It's giving hippie, and that's really not the vibe we were trying to give. That's not. I don't know how we got
on our decorum in our house, but yeah, it happened. Like we definitely. But all this shit we wanted though. We saw all this shit like we wanted. It's one of them things like, you know, you can manifest something, but then when you get it, and it ain't quite what you thought it was.
Exactly.
And yeah, our living room is nice. I get compliments on it all the time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this ain't now that it's all together, it's kinda a little more hippie-ish than I am.
It's not the vibe I was going for.
I'm more of like a mid-century modern kind of guy.
Now that we didn't even we were into that and we didn't even know what it was called, but now we know the name, mid-century modern.
Yeah, I've been on that furniture shit lately.
Yeah, you really do like this.
I be on it. Like I fucking love
Facebook Market.
Interior, anything about the interior, like that's why the album's super cozy and shit like that. Like I'm all about like a home. I know a lot of people be like about the car and like I'm gonna have a dope ass house before I get a dope ass car.
Agreed.
I think a lot of people be the reverse way.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas be. A lot of dudes do.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've changed. Even so this morning I listened to an old episode, Everything is Temporary. It was the last episode before the new year, which I intentionally wanted to hear that episode. And even just the way that I speak, the way that I'm speaking versus then, there's change. I hear the growth. So although I feel, I won't say emotionally unstable because more than anything, I just been allowing myself to feel my emotions. So I think that's beautiful. But there's been a lot of growth within me. And I'm proud of that. On the other side, I feel like when I mentioned like, oh, I've been breaking promises to myself, my work ethic isn't what I want it to be. I haven't been putting in the work that's necessary for me to get the results that I want to get. And I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed in myself. I talked to you about that earlier this morning. I was like, I'm a little disappointed. I know the potential that's in me. I know the potential that's within us and what we have to offer this world. And it's so crazy. I feel like people on the outside looking in probably like, y'all killing it. But they just don't know what we want to do, I guess. Like, I know what I'm capable of. And as far as, like, just putting content out on social media, and I just be having these ideas and I don't execute them. And I'm a little bit disappointed in myself because I know I can do better.
I feel you on that. Because like you said, nobody knows where you set the bar at.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? So no matter how it may look to
the outside world.
Yeah. If you say it ain't right, it ain't right.
Facts. But I'm in a good space now. I'm grateful that I'm able to look back at that and point out the growth, my flaws, and learn from it. That's the whole point. But how has your 6-7 months been? Why we keep saying 6-7 months? It's definitely 7. It's definitely now 7 months because it's August.
Yeah, just your half a year. I don't know why we're trying to be so specific. I feel like my half a year has been good. Good in a lot of different ways and bad. I ain't gonna say bad, but not up to par. In other ways, just like you
Up
said,
to par, yes.
um, I feel like with my music, I have done a lot of work. Like I've been like my recording days I've ramped them up this year. I've recorded a lot more than I did in the last previous years. I got a lot more projects lined up than I have in other years. Really
Yeah.
want to take it up. I feel like even visually, I feel like the last set of videos I did was like really good. I stepped it up in that manner as well. But I don't feel like the execution on everything was just up to par. I feel like it was one of those things where it was done. It got done, but it didn't get done as smooth as I would like for it to have been done.
I feel you.
I feel like some things got rushed, some things didn't get, handled in the right way. But at the end of the day, it still came out to be a good projects and good content, good work. A good expression of where I'm at in life and how I've been feeling. But
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like like I said, the production side of it, getting things done could have been better. Far as mentally and like spiritually, mentally it's been like one of my best years. I ain't had I don't even know if I had like an anxiety attack all year.
I haven't witnessed one. I don't know if you've had one without me being present, but I haven't seen you have. I
Nah,
haven't.
not really, no. Cause when they bad, I gotta let somebody know. I can't be that low. I gotta let somebody know. But I haven't had nothing like that this year.
That's good.
I haven't really had sleeping problems this year, nothing like that. That's a whole new thing for me. So,
You've been sleeping good, and you
I
like.
have been.
I'm proud of you. I love that for you.
Thank you. It has been good as far as my sleep. Physically, I've been to the gym more than I have in past years for sure.
Period.
Half years for sure. A lot of ways I've been good, but in other ways, like I said, it has been. I've lately, as of lately, took a downhill spike with things. I
You
think,
think so? You took a downhill lately?
yeah, I think so.
Really? I
Yeah.
feel like you've been on your grizzy. That's what's crazy.
I guess like it's like one of them things where I know what the bar said with everything, so I don't feel like it. I think I came
Wow.
into this year was like I wanted to be somewhere around 10K on Instagram by the July, and I added maybe like 20, 2,100, but it ain't what I said. 2,100 new people is definitely awesome though, but it definitely ain't where I said I wanted to be
Yeah,
with things. But that go back to the work. I get back to the work and things will come.
for sure.
Get back to living life and taking care of me and creating these things that I find aesthetically pleasing and that really express me completely to the world. I get back to that, and then everything I want to fall into place.
Right.
But for the next 6 months in the year, what is it? More like
I think it's
5.
5. Yeah.
More like 5. I just want more consistency. More consistency. I
Consistency.
want to, dot my I's and cross my T's. But the biggest thing is just more consistency. I feel like I'm finding so much more about me, but it's just, lining everything up.
Agreed.
So the year's been good for me.
Yeah.
Spiritually, I feel like I ain't meditated enough this year. But luckily for my habits have been on point. So I haven't got broke spiritually or mentally because of my habits. But I haven't added to it at all.
Haven't elevated.
Yeah, I haven't elevated.
I
It ain't
feel
went
that.
backwards none though.
I feel that 100%.
It ain't went up, but it ain't went backwards. So it's been kind of stagnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. You know what? Something else I want to say is because of the lack of consistency that I've had. I mean, because to be honest, like we aren't consistent in the areas that we want to be consistent in. Like we have our smoothie every morning, and also, guys, I say I, but really it's us because if it's me, it's us when it comes to this thing. We have been eating out so much, way more than I wanted to, and I just want to say, we ate at home every day this week. Today is Friday. That's like I want to celebrate the small things. That's a big deal.
It is,
and it's just so crazy because like I was just saying to you, and I think I journaled it. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of not getting the results that I want to get. I'm sick of it. And it's like sometimes you have to get to that point. That's almost what it takes. You have to get to the point where you fed up. It's like you just can't do this shit no more. In a sense where like you so comfortable that now you are craving the uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I'm really at, because remember I was telling you I'm tired of looking in the mirror and not liking what I see, which the food, what I was eating. So I ain't even gonna dive all the way into that because I could talk about that for a long time. But yeah, I'm tired and I'm just excited to do better, treat myself better, and live up to my full potential.
Yeah, 'cause that's all it's about. It's like really doing right by yourself. When you do right by yourself, I feel like
Everything aligns.
everything does align. And ain't nobody really like throughout my life, I ain't really got played by people like that. I played myself way more than anybody in this world has ever played me.
100%.
So, you know, I ain't on it. Like, I ain't trying to blame nobody or get in on nobody. It's really me. Like, most of this
It's
shit be
you.
me.
It's
Most of the
you.
stuff, it be us against us a lot of the time.
It's you versus you. And thinking back to those, like, the small habits, like waking up early, eating well, meditating, when you said, you know, just treating yourself well. Those little things get you ready for the bigger things.
Yeah.
Having discipline for the bigger things, like running your business or doing your art, whatever you want to do. There's so many things people can do in this world, so I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to, as I reflecting on this year, really just trying to master like certain levels, and like you'll know when you're ready for more weight.
Yeah.
But you gotta like really max out in the weight that you got now, like to the point where like this shit don't even make me sweat no more. I gotta get something more.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And it's just like it has to be consistent first before you get to the next way. A lot of times you want to go, you know, like if you in the gym, motherfuckers you lifting whatever 40. Then the next day you want to try to go to 50, but you ain't even really conquered 40 yet to the point where it ain't nothing to you yet.
And that's my problem. And thinking about like using gym analogies, it's all about form.
Yeah.
It's all about form. So yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to I'm trying to use the gym analogy. That's really not my area. That's yours. I was hoping you were gonna like finish
help
that
you
for
out.
me.
Nah, you walked in there. I thought you had.
But for real, like you said, I'm gonna follow through with it. What I'm about to say. It's like you wanna go up on your weights. Me personally, like
to prove you strong.
Prove you strong, but it's all about the form. You have to like perfect that craft before you can go up and add more weight to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I did it. I think
you did it.
I think I did a good job.
Not bad.
So moving forward to what's not serving us. As content creators, I look at I look at myself a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And it really made me be super, what's the word I'm looking for?
Self-conscious.
Self-conscious, thank you. I hit my face on. Yeah, but it made me be super self-conscious. Notice every single little flaw. And with that, I guess just seeing myself on the camera, that forced me to even look in the mirror more. Like I'm always looking in the mirror, making sure I look okay. And it really triggered a whole bunch of negative self-talk. Like me just pointing out all of my flaws. And honestly, no one's perfect. But me not looking perfect held me back from putting out more content. I really think that has to do with like why I wasn't putting out as much content as I wanted to put out. I was really self-conscious about the way that I looked. And that shit just don't serve me no more. And again, like I would negative self-talk, and you know, like what you focus on expands. So if I find one thing I like about myself, the list gets really long and really messy and ugly. So that's something that's not serving me.
Comfort ain't been serving me as it used to. It's like now I kind of want to try things that before I just kind of pushed to the side just because I didn't want to go into a challenging situation.
Yeah.
Like really pressing the boundaries on my sound, pressing the boundaries of my voice, my creativity, how hard I can go. Like how many times can I go to the gym? You know what I mean? I want to I want to push the envelope, excuse me. I want to push the envelope further with everything. How much of this can I create? How much, you know what I mean? Really trying to test me. out here. I feel like a lot of times in the past I would just push it to a certain extent and then just let it go because I
Yeah.
was in fear of like overworking or fear of, exhausting myself too much. So I definitely think my comfort is no longer really serving that well. I feel like this year I've at moments it's been really good. I ain't go back into my old shell of like when I did want to like book the peer share for these videos we did. I didn't even think about it long. I did and like we was there like a day
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, facts.
I like things like that now. Before I used to be like, I don't know, I might could save a buck or two if I did this, that, and third, and overthinking and really overthinking leads to like, slow footing it, half stepping. I really just not it's not serving no more. And
Agreed.
those things I used to think is like cautious trying to help me out, but they really was just like kind of holding me back. It's really just
Yeah.
taking more time than I needed, taking more energy than I needed. When just really getting out there and doing that thing was like really the plan.
Yeah, really, because really what that is fear.
Yeah.
You do have to have, I guess, a little bit of logic when it comes to certain shit. I don't know. I guess the amount of logic you want to have.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit. You gotta think about shit a little bit, but like,
I'm just gonna say, like, I guess it depends on the person when you in the situation, in the context as well. But I feel you though, like, not more half stepping,
yeah,
all in.
no matter what, I'm gonna step out there, and I should be pretty okay. My balance is pretty all right. When I step out there, no matter what it is on the other side, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Absolutely, definitely. Going back to what I said about negative self talk, what I realize is that you literally have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
I find that I often seek validation from external sources, and that's not serving me. It never has. Ever since we were children, I feel like everybody, we seek that validation from parents, then it's teachers, then it's friends. And now I feel like in the career that I am in the career that we are in, you can seek validation from the results that you get from the content you put out. So likes, follows,
Yeah.
comments, all that kind of stuff. But it ain't nothing like giving yourself that validation. And this is something I speak on all the time, but it's something that I'm still learning. You have to literally be your biggest cheerleader. The negative self-talk has to stop. Like with that, you have to celebrate your like the small shit. Like I said, we've been eating at home, like, because I find that the love that we have for ourselves is conditional.
Mm-hmm.
It's super conditional. We only celebrating ourselves when we winning, when we like accomplishing big shit. No, let's celebrate ourselves at all times. Let's be our biggest cheerleader. Let's validate ourselves. You know what I mean? And that's the energy that I'm on. Like, of course, I'm gonna hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? And just keep it real with myself. Because, like, you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself.
No.
You, like, keep it real with yourself if you do anything. So I'm going to do that. But at the same time, I'm going to pep talk myself. I can't wait for nobody to do that, because if you do, you're going to be waiting forever. Even with you, I love you. And you affirm me all the time. Like, literally, you telling me how beautiful I am, how smart I am. But I can't always lean on you for that. I have to find that validation, that unconditional love for myself. And that's what I'm on. Like, of course I love compliments. I'm a compliment whore. I love
You do
them.
like a good compliment from any angle that you can get it from, anywhere you can get it from. You like a good compliment.
Feel me? Like, I can't help it. But I'm leaning into giving that energy to myself, because I deserve that.
Yeah, and I think one thing about it, I want to stop. I think I spoke about this earlier. I want to stop getting out of character, because
Yeah.
our lower self likes to believe like they are who we are. Like they actually run the show. Our lower self, the self that tells us to hold back, that we're not good enough. And in all actuality, that's you actually getting out of character.
Yeah.
Naturally, you believe in you.
Yeah.
Like you always have. You know what I mean? Naturally, you know you can do this thing that you want to do, but again, when you get out of character, your lower self will actually feel like they are the main one.
Right.
And we just got to cut that out. That's not for the director's cut. That's not what we doing out here.
At all. I think it's because we've been operating as that low vibrational character for so long that we ourselves believe that that's who we are, when that's not who we are. That's not who we've ever been.
You felt yourself. You didn't felt yourself before. I know I didn't felt myself before. Like you had said, that saying, I'm feeling myself. Like you can feel the highest version of you. You know what I mean? At times, it's just that, like you said, our lower version have been in the driver's seat a lot of times for so many miles that we just kind of get comfortable with them driving.
Absolutely.
We just kind of fall asleep like a passenger princess. You know what I mean? We just kind of go right to sleep as soon as we hit the road.
Yeah.
But we got to take the wheel back, my boy.
Like, he out of there.
Out.
One more thing that's not serving me is romanticizing other people's lives. You know, I went to California, a couple weeks ago? San Francisco, Oakland, that area. And I always romanticized being there. Like, my life would be so much better if I lived in San Francisco. My life would be so much better if this was my backdrop. Like, you know, Oakland, my backdrop, you know? And it made me realize that my life can be beautiful no matter where I'm at. I can create beauty no matter where I am. And I think often the grass looks so much greener on the other side. And trust me, San Francisco was beautiful. It was.
Yeah.
But it really just made me appreciate who I am, what I have, what I've built, what's in store for me, and just my routines in my life in general. It's just so funny because I used to be like, I want to travel the world. Like, I want to be a world traveler.
I always have said this shit.
I have always said that, and I don't think that's what I want. I know that's not what I want.
Yeah. I'm an anti-travel person.
Yeah, you are.
You be like, I want to go to Paris. And I just think I need, like, a new rug. I don't think I need to go to Paris. I think I just need a new rug.
Here's the thing. Paris, I think I would like to go to Paris still. But, like, remember at one point I was like, I want to just travel nonstop. Like,
you did.
I was just like, I want to live here for a month, Nah. Because it, like, traveling made me really but appreciate the mundane things in my life. Like, small, simple things. And truly, I just want to live in a community where I have everything that I need, which I do now. Don't get me wrong, I do. But it's just, like, not what I imagined.
Yeah, well, I just need a different backdrop.
Exactly. I need a different backdrop.
Cool. I just need a different backdrop sometimes.
Agreed. But I just want to live somewhere where everything I need is right there.
And in abundance.
And just a city that I love. Like, the city that we live in is cool. It's straight. It's doing what it needs to do. But it's also not serving me anymore. Yeah. In the same breath.
Yeah. Getting too big for it.
Absolutely. But, yeah, just not romanticizing other people's lives, understanding that there is beauty in my life, and to continue just finding beauty in everything.
So, like, further assessing these last 7 months for us, the first half of 2023, a lot of lessons was learned during this time period.
For sure.
One that comes to mind for me immediately is that I have enough. I learned that I got enough. And I also learned that I don't need as much as I thought I needed.
Facts.
And that's in all levels, financially, spiritually, mentally. I don't need as much as I once thought I needed to get this shit done.
Yeah.
And to live the life I want to. I don't need as much money as I thought. It doesn't take as much effort as I thought. You know what I mean? I think I held myself back thinking that for so long that this shit was going to be like a war, a Babylon, like of bloodshed and all this, and giving it my all. Like, it's kind of like the American culture. We all want to be rewarded for things, but it's also like we want to be punished and go through hardship first, so it actually feels good. But it feels good regardless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just learning that I don't got to go through certain things. I got to put myself through certain things just to feel rewarded.
Oh, I love that.
You know, so that was a big lesson that I taught myself this year, or just analyzed, because it always was there, but sometimes shit don't go away until you deal with it.
Absolutely. Which is a lesson on its own. Like shit literally don't go away until you learn what you need to know from it.
Yeah.
Which we heard that from another podcast. Literally the only podcast that I will consistently listen to is Reset. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why I
you do.
heard that at. That's why I heard, and it's so true. That's another lesson. Maybe a whole nother podcast. But
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. You go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I thought of something else that wasn't serving me this year. I know we talked about that
No,
already.
that's fine. Let it out.
Music wasn't serving me this well this year.
What?
Till Cleo Soul came back in.
Bro, I feel you. I
So-
feel
so-
that
so
because
you-
even when I work out at the gym, like I don't really listen to like music, but like I can listen to Cleo while I work out.
Yeah, Cleo. Sunset Tim is serving me too.
Absolutely,
Both of them,
always.
but like my new music, then Cleo was like the only kind of things I was finding that was really like 100% serving me. Audible's been serving me a lot more than
Love
music
Audible.
label.
Love
But they let me know that I needed to put my music out there because it felt like it wasn't a lot of perspectives being spoke about from there.
Exactly, and that's the beautiful thing about being a creator, an artist, a musician. What you feel like is lacking in the music world or whatever your industry is, that's the shit that you put out. What you feel like you put out what you want to hear. The
Yeah,
shit that you feel like you want to hear, you put that out. That's what's beautiful about that. But yeah, that was like 2 months ago when I was listening to Cleo and I was like, babe, you just gotta hear.
You did.
And he was like, nah, this shit is good.
Yeah,
It's literally
crazy.
we put a post on the Healthy Hoes account and was just talking about how music is therapy. Who is your therapist? Fucking Cleo Soul.
Yeah, she got it. She definitely ruled this house from about
She does.
8:30 to about
Sun up
12.
and sun down. Yeah.
basically.
And in the morning, that's my morning routine.
Yes. And another lesson that has hit us big, I think both of us, is that feelings are not facts.
Absolutely.
I think
Heavy on that.
heavy on that. Feelings are not facts. I think we can think ourselves into a truth.
Absolutely.
We can keep going over it, and then if you feel strong enough about something, like you really will die behind that. And it's not a fact though.
It's so crazy, like, because I'm trying to navigate that. I'm a sensitive person. So like I'm an empath, I'm empathetic, but I'm also sensitive, just in general. And I can often mistake my feelings for facts. You told me that. You literally had to like check me the other day when we were having a conversation. You was just like, why you looking like that? Because literally,
I know you gonna say I checked.
you did. You checked me. You did.
I had to. You a little monster sometimes.
I am, and I apologize. But you were just like, you be thinking your feelings are facts and they're not. And it's just so true. I think so many, I don't even know what I'm trying to say really, but so much shit in the world, so many decisions are made off feelings.
Yeah.
Right? So many decisions and feelings that ain't even wrong. Like, cause I can feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example.
But for I know for us, a lot of times, and it's probably like that for y'all too. A lot of times you have a situation happen to you and it was so impactful that it starts to become a truth because of
Gotcha.
how strongly you feel about it. It only
Okay.
happened one time. And you know when you need to kind of learn that your feelings aren't facts when you use certain like trigger words like always.
That's what you literally told me. You was like,
Yeah.
you use words
Always.
like always.
Every time.
Never.
Like these words are trigger words to let you know like you really letting your feelings run your history book right now.
Facts.
Because they don't always happen to you.
Nothing doesn't always happen. Nothing doesn't never happen.
Yeah,
like,
let me say that shit. That don't always happen. So you don't always get stopped by that red light. You don't always do
Yeah.
that. There's plenty of times you go straight through it, but you know why you don't notice sometimes you go straight through it?
'Cause
Because
you
you
went
went
straight
straight
through
fucking
it.
through it. You
Exactly.
didn't. It was nothing to you. But when we hit conflict usually brings up strong emotions. Usually
Yeah.
anger, sadness, and helplessness is brought up.
helplessness.
Yeah, I had to slow that down. Helpless.
I didn't know what you were saying. I'm glad you
Yes.
clarified.
Sadness, anger, helplessness are usually very strong emotions we can feel. Like that shit that hurt you like 4 years ago, you can still feel that.
Yeah.
Like it's something that will always stay with you. Like for me, I bring up how I know feelings aren't facts, but feelings can make things like feel so strong. Like my father died when I was 6. I'm 33. That's like I don't know how many years. It's like that's a bunch of years. Almost like 2, 3. It's almost 2 decades. But the feeling of him is still with me.
Yeah.
Like that's how strong your feelings are. They could like stay with you 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? So feelings are so strong that, like I said, they'll try to rewrite your history book.
Absolutely. I feel that. Because shit that happened in my life, I could think about it. Like, I could think about my grandma and I could cry in this very moment. So feelings, they really do kind of blur the lines between like truth and
Like reality,
fact.
like reality and delusion. Like feelings can blur
Yeah.
that line real, and it works in like both ways. So like you said, you got to be to accomplish something big. Sometimes you got to be delusional. Not sometimes, a lot of times you got to be delusional.
You have to be
Got to be
delusional,
delusional, but
100%.
about how far you can take it. And
Yeah.
that delusion usually is created off feeling. Like I feel I can do this shit. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
That's how strong feelings are. They can will you to something, or they can hold you back from evolving within yourself.
Absolutely. So definitely use it to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But feelings aren't facts, though.
They are not.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. So many times in life we experience traumatic events and we don't fully process our emotions. While numbness is naturally a part of the human experience, it isn't something that's meant to be prolonged. And I think as a race, the human race, we have gotten really acquainted with keeping these emotions suppressed. And it in return manifests into something that doesn't serve us. I am super guilty of this. There was a time that I didn't even know what I was feeling. I was so familiarized with numbness that I didn't even know how to feel. And that's why it's so important to talk it out with someone you can trust. And sometimes that may look like speaking with a professional therapist.
So if therapy has been something that's been heavy on your heart, on your mind, something you've been thinking about, give BetterHelp a try. Everything is online. It's convenient. These people will work everything out around your schedule. I always like to say the best and most important work we'll do in life is on ourselves. And these people here at BetterHelp are equipped to listen. I mean, really listen on a professional level and give you the feedback. And everything you've been looking for in therapy is right here. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. And if that doesn't work out, they can switch you with a therapist at any time, no charge. These people got it locked down when it comes to mental health.
Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/FTHH today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/FTHH. So a question I kept asking myself lately is, why is it so hard for me to do what I need to do when I know what I need to do? Like we all know what we need to do.
That's facts.
Why don't we do it?
Everybody got their plan.
What the fuck is up? So I knew this. I think I was reading, when we were reading Atomic Habits, I could think I heard it, but I also was reminded when you were listening to your book, I don't know what it's called, but when you were listening to your book, he called it standards. In Atomic Habits, he mentions principles. But having a goal versus having a principle, you're going to move about it differently.
Yeah.
Because if I value or my principle is like, oh, I want to be in good shape. I want to have clear skin. I want to be financially free. If that's a principle, you live your life by that shit. If that's a goal, it's kind of like an afterthought in a sense sometimes.
Yeah, once you achieve it, it's done.
Yeah. So there's a fine line between having a principle and having a goal. Or not even a fine line. Like they're
just two separate things.
Two separate things.
And I feel like a principle can last forever, and a goal like is a temporary thing. You're gonna hit that, and you're gonna need more of them. But if it's in your principle to be a good person, like
it's
that's
a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Yeah,
yes,
it's a lifetime.
It's a lifetime. It's a lifestyle. And yeah, that's just what that's the answer. That's why, because I haven't, it's not a, like I think I want these things. It's a want. But when it's a principle, when it's a standard, I embody that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure no matter what, I eat well, I sleep well, I go to the gym, I plan my shit out, I'm doing what I need to do, I'm executing, I'm keeping these promises that I made to myself because they're my standard. They're my principle.
Yeah.
That's the answer. That's why you can't do the shit you want to do.
Yeah.
You haven't made it a standard.
I don't know why I wanted to say that's why Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A. But like for real though, like Chick-fil-A has a standard. Every Chick-fil-A across America usually is on point. I ain't never went to a Chick-fil-A and that motherfucker, the service wasn't on point.
Absolutely not.
But I've been to a bunch of McDonald's and shit was different.
Yeah.
Damn near every single one of them.
Yeah.
Some had a milkshake machine that was working, the Oreo machine working, and some fucking didn't, right?
I've been to more McDonald's that have their McFlurry machine working. No, not working.
Not working.
Then
not
they
working.
did.
But again, like I said, they both just fast food places, but one says, no, we have a standard of how people gonna get treated here.
Yeah.
And that's how it's gonna be. And like Chick-fil-A service is fucking legendary.
It's so funny because I heard that with the Chick-fil-A training, people be crying. Like they
I've
be
heard
having
that.
people crying.
I've heard that shit.
That's crazy.
And I feel like you can get hired at McDonald's and be a manager. I ain't gonna say like you can be a manager quick, but just McDonald's, it be some ratchet ass McDonald's sometimes, bro.
I worked at McDonald's.
You did work at Mickey D's.
And although I've evolved, let me tell you, y'all don't want to meet. I think I was 17. Y'all don't want to meet her because I was just like, what can I do for you?
Like,
what you want? I wasn't rude, but like, I did the best I could with the knowledge that I had.
It was just a standard. Like you said, the standard set by McDonald's.
It was the standard.
It's just the standard.
Because if it was Chick-fil-A, I would have been like,
yeah, you would have had,
thank you for your
that shit would have got checked.
Yeah. I wouldn't have even got hired. Real talk.
Nah, I don't think I could. I think I could, but I don't know.
I'm talking about me then.
Oh,
I think I probably could have got hired.
Yeah, you had a good white person voice too.
A white person. I'm hollering.
Yeah,
Not a white.
Yeah,
every black person has a.
Unfortunately, a lot of black people, like, we gotta have a white.
Agreed.
We can't like speak how we normally speak in places because it might be viewed as ghetto or whatever it might be.
Yeah, agree. It's so funny that you say that because I would never forget this. I was working at my one of my older jobs. Yes, my homie Rob. We having a conversation like this. We talking, you know how we normally talk. That phone ring. I said, "Welcome to blah blah blah." I'm gonna keep my job discreet, but welcome to blah blah. Or what did I say? Thank you for calling. How can I help you? Like it switched up real quick. He was hollering. I literally had to put the phone down, bro, because I'm like, I couldn't. I'm laughing so hard, I couldn't take it.
It's funny to see a nigga go from City Girls to Michelle Obama in like 30 seconds.
It's like this.
Like that.
And it can be done. It will be done.
It can be.
I love how multi-faceted I am.
Yes.
That I can do that.
You gotta be if you want to go places.
Yeah.
You can't be one set way.
Yeah, you have to be. I think in general though, kind of off topic, I think in general, all of us as human beings are multi-dimensional beings, but we don't embrace that. We don't embrace every side of us. But anyway, that's another topic.
Yeah. And another big lesson I gotta let y'all know about is that really this year I embraced like no decision is necessarily right or wrong. They're just decisions. Facts. It's just what you made. If you make that decision and then a couple months later we feel like we made the wrong one, then ultimately, no, you can't go back and change it. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'm just trying to embrace that. I think I used to just ponder so hard about, was this the right move? You know what I mean? And it would take me out of the present to where I couldn't even enjoy myself because I'm worried about, am I stepping on the right stones at the right times? But now I just feel like whatever decision I make, it is made and I have to move on.
Yeah.
I can't keep punishing myself for a potential mistake. At the end of the day, I made that decision. I'm comfortable with it. I got to move on and be a better me. Because if I just keep pondering on, was it the right move or was it not the right move, then I'm just not going to grow at all.
Agreed. And that kind of like reminds me of, you know, obviously I believe in a higher power. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that we realize how much we are in control of in our life. I think I said that's totally wrong, but
no, I think you said that right. Okay.
Yeah. Like we have so much more control than we actually think. I do believe everything is happening as it should happen. I do believe that the universe don't miss, but I also believe I don't miss. Sometimes I think it's easier to leave our life in somebody else's hands.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, like we want somebody else to save us. I find myself being really guilty of that.
Yeah.
So by saying, or by fully saying like the universe got me, which the universe does, but you got you. You
Yeah.
have to like give yourself some of that power as well, because I say this all the time, but ultimately by believing in the universe and trusting in the universe, you're believing in yourself. You're trusting in yourself. Literally the same chemistry that makes up the universe is within you. It's in your veins. It's in your bodies. In your bodies? It's in your body. So the universe got you and you got you. We don't realize how much control we have over us. Not necessarily everybody else, because everybody else gonna do them. They're gonna be them. But we have so much control over our actions, the decisions that we make. And you are absolutely right. Like, nothing is right, nothing is wrong.
Yeah. Everything just is what it is. Also, like, I've learned to accept my brokenness.
Yeah.
The pieces of me that just like are kind of broken. They have been healed to an extent. Like, you know, the scar like made the scab and everything is okay now, but I can still see that mark that scar left on me, and it's okay. It's perfectly fine. I'm just learning to accept those parts of me as well, because it ain't like something you can just eliminate.
Right.
You know, we all have a lower side of us that it takes the helm sometime. We don't try to let it, you know, steer too often. But it happens, because in the human experience, we're going to feel it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it happens, but I have to embrace the lower sides of me as well. The parts of me that aren't so pretty, I just can't delete them and just be 100%, you know, double thumbs up.
Right.
You know, the high version me 24/7. It actually, as I said out loud, it seems a little exhausting.
It seems exhausting for sure.
Because have you ever had a good laugh? Like a real continuous good laugh?
Last night, y'all fools crack me up all the time.
I'm talking about one of them jumps that take your breath away. You like almost like I need to stop if I pass out.
Yeah, I can't breathe.
Like something bad finna happen if I don't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Like even being that high version of yourself, you see how big of a toll that takes on the body?
Yeah.
I can't be that all the time.
And I mean, truth be told, nobody is happy 100% of the time, and that's the
Y'all.
beautiful thing about the human experience.
Yeah. You know how me and happy
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
personal vendetta against that word.
And that goes back to like what you just said, embracing all versions of yourself, embracing the brokenness of you. Because truth be told, we want our wounds to be kissed by those who quote unquote harmed us, but we have to kiss our own wounds ourselves. We have to nurture those wounds ourselves.
Yeah.
We can't wait for nobody to do that shit for us. And with that, that's embracing all sides of you. And you told me, I think we kind of had this conversation a little bit when we were in the shower the other day, but what's funny?
I don't know why that made me I don't know. Like just our naked conversations. I just didn't know our naked conversations was gonna come to the podcast too. But go ahead. No, go on.
Oh my God, you suck, bro.
I just didn't know. You go ahead. It was just funny to hear.
Maybe I shouldn't have said we was in the shower.
We was in the shower. Like, go ahead. Our naked conversations with Sunset Tim and Ree.
Damn, you made me almost forget, but bro, tears are in my eyes right now. But we kind of had a little argument. We had a disagreement. It was about, first of all, this is the same conversation when you let me know, like, your feelings aren't facts. Like, just because you feel this way don't mean it's X, Y, Z. Then you also mentioned how sometimes we react to certain things with the broken side of ourselves. Mm-hmm. Because truly the broken side of us is the past versions of us, the past things that we've experienced. And when we presently experience things that are similar to the things that we experienced in the past, we're going to react the same way we reacted in the past.
Yeah, to things that may be minor to that situation, small things.
Yeah, and that's why some things are bigger to other people than it is to the next person. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But this brokenness is what makes us so unique too. It gives
Absolutely.
gives you your flavor, like your sauce. Like why certain things bother you so much is like part of your brokenness, right?
Yeah.
It helps you find purpose in life a lot of times.
Agreed.
Like why you so passionate about certain things, or why you give such a fuck about, that right there is because ultimately you had your feelings hurt in that particular department before, so you know how it feels. And that brokenness was so bad, like it left such a scar on you. You don't want to have nobody go through that again.
Right. Agreed, 100%. And your brokenness, if you learn how to harness it, how to, I guess, restore, because like you said, it's always going to be a part of you.
Yeah,
But if you learn how to kiss those wounds and nurture those wounds, it can lead you to your passion. It can be your greatest asset if you allow it to be.
it can be. It can. You can flip it. One of my pieces of my like brokenness, it's like a funny thing. It's like I'm impatient, and at the same time, will slow foot myself.
It's crazy because you like one of the most patient people I've ever met.
See, the slow footing will disguise you like I'm being patient. You know what I mean? Because I'm like I'm half stepping, so I ain't moved yet. So it's kind of like I'm being patient and pondering on this thing, but really I'm kind of like overthinking this entire process, right? And then the impatience is like more or less when I was younger, just rational decisions because like I felt like I needed to make some decision because I've been overthinking so long, and now that the decision is here, now I just got to pick some because I didn't
Yeah.
really, process it that well. I just overthought about it. But initially, that is like the background for like my music, like a lot of gratitude, a lot of like coziness, like be comfortable, slow down, and make a clear decision within a good amount of time. Like that's
Mm-hmm. With
what
an
about
open mind,
my
yeah.
open mind, and like that's what my last two albums came from. Like the names, like Slow Life Shawty, like slowing down and
Yeah.
embracing everything, and then this one being super cozy with like who I am right now.
Yeah. One thing about your music though is definitely gonna remind me to be grateful, to slow down and embrace the mundane. Because really it's really about the small things.
Yeah,
And because we even in life, I stopped vlogging because I felt like I was doing too much. Number two, I just felt like nothing big was happening in my life. And that's just one example, but I think a lot of us, we want something big to be happening in our life.
and it's coming.
And it's coming, but it's the small things, it's the small mundane things, which leads me to exactly what you were saying. Like we need to embrace those small things, the slow moments, because it's really beautiful, and
Yeah.
it's going to get you to that big boom. What's going to look like a big boom to everyone, but really all alone, you
Just
were
small
slowly
things.
but surely doing those small mundane things to get you there.
Yeah, I can remember just you bringing up your YouTube thing. I remember you saying like, "Oh man, fuck, I've been at 70K for
Yeah.
forever." But really, like, if you think about your 70K where you was previously, like, a lot of this journey be like you hit a checkpoint, and then a lot of times we get impatient in between the next checkpoint.
Yeah.
We get so impatient that sometimes we might stop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All together because again, we not embracing the loading up stage.
Yeah.
I throughout my life, I feel like I haven't embraced the time period between checkpoints and loading up. Really, when we got in this house, I was great. I was so happy to get in this house when
So
we got
happy.
into it. I feel like 5 months in, I'm looking at apartments in Columbus, Ohio. I'm looking at like I ain't even got this
You
place
ain't even
together
here.
yet. Like I ain't even
Yeah.
got this place all the way together. And here I'm just thinking about other apartments, and I ain't even got this one together. It's just like
Like you can think about life that way too.
yeah, like as soon as you get to one thing, you think about the next thing. You're not even embracing nothing.
You ain't even got this shit all the way together yet, and you thinking about the next thing.
I've done that so much in my life.
But question, should I start YouTube again?
Whenever you feel like it.
I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just whenever you feel like getting back into it. I know you're gonna get back into it though.
Cause like having this conversation out loud really showed me why I stopped. Yes, I was going through some shit. I needed a little break mentally, but honestly, I just felt like with sometimes a lot with what am I trying to say? Sometimes with a lot of things that I do, I kind of feel like I am not enough, which that's one of my limiting beliefs, but I kind of feel like I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. So I end up just quitting altogether. And that's just ultimately self-sabotage.
Yeah.
So that's something I need to think about.
And ultimately, you was doing enough. We don't know how many like little objectives are in between the next checkpoint.
Yeah.
We might feel like, oh fuck, I've done 50. I've done 50 of these little objectives, like, and I'm quitting. your next checkpoint was like at 55. All you needed was a couple more.
I
Like
know.
you just don't know when it's gonna come. So just enjoy all the little moments in between and just load up. It's really what I'm on right now in life. Like I know things gonna get bigger. I know things gonna get. I ain't gonna call it better because I'm always grateful for where I am now. So I ain't gonna call it better, but things gonna be different. But load up, cause what you don't know now, like maybe what's holding you back. Just get as much knowledge as you can, as much skill as you can, as much rest, or push yourself as hard as you need to be pushed right now. Like I said, we don't know when the next checkpoint's coming, but nigga, be grateful in between time.
Absolutely. The fact that I have no idea what's in store for me, and I mean it in the best way possible. It gets me lit. Like, it gets me excited. I have no idea. That makes me so happy.
I feel like them be the things that really change people's lives. I don't think people get that enough. That if you don't do things that you don't know how they will return, then for sure your life gonna stay the same. Because if you do things that you know I'm gonna get this back on, then ultimately it's
predictable.
It's predictable. It's the shit that's gonna keep you right there.
Yeah.
It's like I know what 40 hours a week at this job gonna give me.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what's coming up next. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but if you do some shit like start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, put that album out, you don't know where that shit leads you to.
No idea.
Like I said, you gotta have them things in your life. So if you wondering why your life ain't got no change, probably because you ain't putting in things that like have a variable that can't be calculated yet
Right.
into the world. Do some shit like that, bro.
Yeah. One of the quotes, I love a good quote, but one of the quotes I heard when I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I've heard it before, but I was just reminded, because I texted it to you. Stupidity is literally doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, but expecting different results.
Yeah, you can't get new money if you don't put new work out.
Absolutely.
Ain't no such thing. You can't get to a new spiritual level if you don't take care of yourself. You can't get to a new physical level if you don't start working out. Like it's you gotta put something out there that you don't know how it's gonna return, or your life gonna stay the same, bro.
Absolutely. And to wrap it up, we kind of want to talk about a few things that we're loving that's been, giving us that little extra push that we need. Yeah, I'm doing a little doing a little shoulder.
I see that.
Number one, Nang Champa.
That actually was not who I thought you were finna say number one.
I know.
But
well,
not-
this
not-
is in no particular order.
Okay, but Nang Champa has been. Oh, that shit smells so good. It's lighting one up in the morning before I go to bed, afternoon. That
You
shit,
feel me?
man, it just took over.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it turned you out. I gave it to you.
You did.
It
You
turned
really
you
did.
out.
Like completely. That shit is so
It's
good.
so good.
I can't express. It's about as good as.
Cleo Soul.
Oh, I knew that was.
And
That's
then
what I thought was gonna be
those
first.
combined,
Oh
Woo.
yeah, Cleo with the.
baby,
that's an experience.
that's
If
the
you ain't never
dynamic
listened to me
duo.
on nothing, put that Cleo on.
Yeah.
Rose in the Dark.
Rose in the Dark is a really good album. And then she was in a group called Salt as well. That's
Yeah.
iconic. Amazing group. But yeah, those two. What else? What you into?
I think I'm loving my grit right now too.
Yo, who?
Grit. Like my grit, my grind, my hustle.
I feel you.
I'm loving that right now. I'm loving the headspace I've been in lately. So
Love that.
that's some things I'm in love with right now.
A few other things that I'm loving really quickly is hot lime water. Ooh, hot lemon ginger tea.
Yeah.
I made that for us the other day. Winter.
I'm loving audibles.
Loving audibles. I'm loving the library. I love the library. We just went the other day and got me some new books that I'm excited to read. Loving.
I'm loving the fact we're getting closer to fall.
Loving that. Love that for us. Fall
God.
is our prime,
Yes, August is coming up, which means September is coming up.
which
baby.
means October is coming up.
God damn, I can't wait to get to my season.
Yeah.
I don't make that many posts because I don't be. Summertime fresh is different from me. I don't necessarily know how to get fresh.
You've been doing good. I didn't hit myself on this mic so many times, but you've been doing good.
I've been doing decent.
I feel like I've been doing good.
This has been one of my better summers as far as like getting fresh. It has been.
I feel like I've been doing really good with fits for the summer.
But dog, when fall come up,
it's gonna get real crazy. Beware.
I'm posting every day.
Every day.
Promise you that.
One other thing is that I love is not being alone, because I feel like often we'll be like, spend time alone, long, which that's necessary too. But when you were gone to Dallas, I missed you so much.
I missed you too. I did.
I hate being alone.
See what I'm talking about? I got to do this shit all the time. Like What song is even that?
I don't know. I think it's Drake, and I think I didn't sing it all the way right either.
I have been loving solo trips. I've been loving work trips too. I've really been.
Wait, I said I hated being alone, but you loving the solo trip though.
Yeah, because it created that missing you.
That's
So
true.
the element you talk about, you gotta be there. Like solo trips.
Solo trips are fun.
I've been in love with juices lately, like beet juice, pineapple
Yeah.
juice. I've been fucking with juices like.
Oh
lately.
shit, that reminds me. I've been loving eating at home.
Oh yeah, that too.
Eating at home is it, baby.
I've been loving time management too. I'm getting better on managing my time, like getting up, like getting my kids and shit to the bed at the right
Facts.
time.
You've been killing it on time management because I do have to say I just feel like
And that's something I usually.
yeah, I was
struggle
just
with in
gonna
life.
say that
Shit,
like that's
boy.
not your area. That's not your area.
I don't want to fuck with me on a specific time. Like, I'm bad about times. Like, I'll be late. Basically everything but some money. I'll be
Yeah.
late to every doctor's appointments.
Cause it's like you don't do well with calculating the time. I think I'm pretty good with time, like
You used to be.
calculating. Used to. What
You ain't been
happened?
as far as me lately these last couple months.
Okay, well you comparing it to you.
Yeah, no.
I'm the time. I do well with calculating time. Like when it be nighttime, if you be like, what time you think it is? I be
Yeah,
like
you do be good
9:40
on
on point, cause I'm good with time management. Don't play with me.
You good at knowing what time it is. Time management is different from that.
I'm good at calculating time
All right.
and time management.
Yeah.
But on
I've been one more thing I've been getting better at that I'm loving. Backing my car in. I
You've
usually
been
don't
doing
never do this
but
shit.
who challenged you to do that?
You did.
I said, I bet
I've
you
been
won't
in
back
love with
that shit
shit.
in though. I said when we came home, I bet you won't back
I
that
don't know why I
shit
had
in.
in my
Though.
head like I bet you won't back that shit up.
No,
don't know
I bet
why.
you won't back that shit in though. And you did. And
I've
it was
always
good.
wondered what it'd be like if women catcall men in the same way that men like catcall women.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't.
That would be a funny world for me.
Women, maybe we should start doing that.
That would be hilarious to see women catcalling men in the same way.
It would be. It would be funny. I guess it would be quite funny. I never thought much about it.
I have because I've seen like dudes catcall a woman, but like, bro, if she did that shit to you, how would you feel?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, baby? You think behind that counter. I've seen a nigga say that. But what if
No,
a woman was like, yo, let me see that little meat behind that counter?
that's terrible.
That is horrible.
That's terrible.
It is bad. Anyways,
But on that note, thank you so much for being here with us, allowing us into your space. We don't want this check-in to just be about us. Like, we're going to leave a Q&A. You can DM us, reach out wherever you feel. Let us know how you're doing. We love hearing from y'all. We
Yeah.
want to hear how
what's
you
your
are.
assessment on how you been
Yeah.
this half a year
Yes,
so far? Write
yes.
us in Instagram for the Healthy Hoes.
Absolutely. But sending you so much love, so much peace, and everything you need in this moment. Until next time. Bye.
Peace.
Mwah.